Greetings to Botani, Kama Kawa, Kama Dawa. It is yet another day whereby we're having amazing conversations just for you. Remember last week we had a conversation on what are some of the causes that contribute to mental illness in our generation. We had a conversation on what are some of the factors and that really contributes to mental illness in our generation. And today we shall be having not really the factor, because this conversation can never end here. We can have this conversation on our social media platform. And so today we shall be having a conversation with an amazing lady as she introduced herself, Coco Langat, or you can call her Claire Langat. And she's a YouTuber, and I believe today by the end of this show she will let us know where we can find her more. I don't know if it's on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter or even on YouTube. And today she's here with us. Coco, how are you? So today we are having a conversation on how can one get help to the betterment of their mental illness. Because at the end of the day, we cannot say you're well if you're not mentally well. So if you found yourself in a position whereby you need help, that's a conversation we're having today. Please let us know where you're watching us from, and we shall really appreciate if you share this with your friends. So Coco, let's get straight to it before anything else. First of all, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're doing great?
Amazing.
I know the last time we met, we had a very long conversation on some of the factors, and I know, and I tell you guys, you saw how she switched to her mode as a mother, and how she called out to every parent who is out there to take care and to be part of their children's life. And so today we shall be, as we wind up the conversation on mental illness, the first question I'd like, maybe it's not really a question, and maybe to you, how can one get help if someone is mentally ill? Because we touched on a lot of things as factors that contribute. How can one get help? And someone who's watching at home.
Well, I think the first most important basic step to take is to acknowledge that first of all things are not well with you.
Yeah.
That's why you take a step back and try and analyze yourself. You may not find the cure to your problem, but you recognize that there is actually a problem and try and understand what is the problem. If you can't find the root of the problem, then even if you decide to take a step to talk to someone, at least you know what you're going to talk about. Mm-hmm. But it's good first of all identify that you are not okay, mm-hmm. and that you need help.
Do you think people should start practicing, first of all, accepting where you are in life? Yeah. I remember we touched on a lot of things whereby we looked at how, first of all, some of the social media platforms, and we gave an example of Instagram, that maybe can be a cause. Maybe it's not the main cause, but maybe can be a cause that really propels or catalyzes mental illness, because there's a lot of comparison, there's a lot of, I wish I had this, so people use dubious ways to really achieve their goals. Others do it well, which is lawful. Someone does something that which is lawful and it is right in the society, and they are able to be there. But maybe we talked about the definitions of success, what we need to start defining. And right now, as I'm also thinking about it, you're saying, first of all, recognize you're not okay. And it's okay to say I'm not okay. That's a statement I think most of us really do not welcome. To say, you know what, I am not okay. That's the first thing. To acknowledge you're not okay. The second thing you've said, before even talking to someone, maybe a friend, or maybe a counselor. But let me ask, if someone cannot acknowledge, what should someone do?
I think hautawahi kosa kabisa mtu wa kuongea na yeye. But it's about you kama unajua shida yako, and then you put yourself out there ready to receive help from whoever can help you. Not just whoever, someone that will help you when inafaa. Because we have so many, I think kitu shida yenye iko ni that kuna institutions but hatuzijuangi, hatujui ni wapi tunaweza get help but ziko. Because kuna watu wenye wanajua mali ziko and they get help and they are okay, they continue thriving in life. So being informed in a play a big part in us finding the help that we need. So I think we are doing your research, if someone knows and then they share places that they know, or people that they know, inakuwa leo in kusaidia mtu.
And also, so the first thing, if you're writing something down, first of all, acknowledge, and it's very important first of all to acknowledge that you're not okay. Second of all, get help. If you don't have someone to talk to, I believe there are counselors that you can reach out to. And here at Evemo, we have amazing counselors. So if you really need to talk to someone and you cannot find anyone, please go to our inbox, go to our DMs, and let us know what your name is and say, I need help. And then we shall connect you with amazing people who are ready to have conversations with you and to work with you in this journey for your betterment of your mentors. The third thing, what do you think is there any other way that one can get help?
You need a break.
What do you mean when you say you need a break?
Because if you're not okay,
Yeah.
probably it's your environment, maybe the things that you are involved in at that time.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to withdraw and take care of yourself first before you are able to come back and properly handle the things that you are dealing with. Say maybe for example it's family. Sometimes you need to take, like not like abandon the family completely maybe for example, but you just need a break. Go figure things out. Take a break and think, take a break and find help. Then you can like know how to handle the things that you're going through, and then you can better fit into the place that you are in.
And also, to add on that, I believe if you are at home and you're in need of help, taking a break may mean to others taking a vacation. You know, at times just taking that break means taking a vacation. To others, it's just taking a leave from your workplace and telling your boss, you know what, I need a break. So that at the end of the day, it means that maybe you are overwhelmed with a lot of things, and you taking a break maybe eases things down, you know, so that as you go back rejuvenated, and you go back feeling better than you left. So that even, for example, if there's an objective you had in life, it is very important, because I think breaks are very important. That's why in life, there are timings. There is lunch time, there is break time. That's why in school there were sections, so that you can go and just relax, think about just nothing, but other than work, because a lot of men, I think, we put our pressures on ourselves, because we see when you take a break, we are not taking care of the family. But it's important. We just take a break, go out with if it's with your wife or with your friends, just take a break. Taking a break does not, others really define taking a break like to define it as going drinking. Well, that's a topic for another day. But taking a break really does not mean you go out party all night. It can only mean just you going away to a secluded place, secluded meaning an environment away from your usual daily routine. When I don't take a break and then you come back, a day or two. On the point on talking to someone, I think it's very important as a society also. We really need to have conversations that, first of all, will really help each and every one of us understand. I think information can be a very good place also to start to the society on how to help people who are mentally ill. It is okay to even have that conversation and say, you know what, guys, I'm not okay. Going to your boss and telling your boss, I am not okay. Mentally, I'm not okay. I feel pressured, or I feel 1, 2, 3. I don't know what you think about that. Because I think generally in our society, we are not giving room to such conversations. What do you think? Can someone, a young person who is in their 18 years, or someone who is in their 23, 24, in the university right now, or even beyond that 23, 24, feel juu nikiangalia situation kwa country yetu na kwa nation and in Africa, we do not really have such conversations. Like, ndio saizi naanza wase wanaanza kuzihave, but do you think it's high time we start having such conversation on mental illness?
Yeah, we should. Because an example ni kama the girl child. Kuna time when the girl child was neglected in Kenya. Then conversation started until it became like something that was going around the whole nation. And you see how it's changed, but even the boy child started suffering. Like, that's how powerful conversations are.
Yeah.
So even if we, like, mahali tuko say we recognize that we have a problem in mental health, effects zenye konazo the youth especially, if we become like more intentional, genuinely intentional about taking care of mental health, inaweza spark in a way in it bring like a change, a growth, an improvement for health za watu, in a way ni so powerful. Kama venye madini, lakini sasa just hope like hakuna like child mwenye atakuwa left behind. But it's very important to converse.
And there's something else you touched on, and you talked about men. Because there's also a high number of suicidal cases, and actually it's the second leading cause of death among men. This was from a research in 2018-2019 that was done in the United Kingdom, that the second highest number of deaths are caused by suicide. Maybe that may be one of the factors. And maybe how can you, I think also we need to have a conversation with men on how we need to manage our expectations. You know? For example, someone thought when I get a company and buy a car in 2 years, then that car doesn't come in 2 years. How are you able to manage those expectations? How are you able to set realistic goals in life? Because there are young kids watching right now, and maybe they want to be pilots, but maybe their environment, they even do not know where they will start by being a pilot. Yes, it's a dream, but they do not know how to handle that dream. And it is very okay to dream. But we need also to take, one thing I tend to think we need to, well, I really don't know how to put this. Dreams are very amazing, but they are manageable. You know, like manageable goals. Like you can't say, I want to be a millionaire tomorrow. That's so unrealistic. Unless, I don't know, unless you're doing something that you've been doing something for a while. And I think also, there's something also you touched on patience. What did you mean when you say patience?
Well, the problem is we like to succeed quickly. Because if, for example, maybe I'm looking at someone like, who do I look up to? Okay, just for example, I don't say I was looking up to him, but maybe rest in peace. Chris Kirubi was old, but very, very wealthy. Not because I love Saiton and buildings and all that. I'm like, I want something like that, and I want it in my 20s. How old was he when he fully established Saiton? Like,
He was fairly old.
tunataka tufikie dreams zenye watu wametake time to grow na hatuelewi the journey yenye wametake. Because again, I think ni pressure tu pia ya social media. Like, we just see the results, we don't know what work has gone behind it. It's like, for example, you see someone thriving so much in their spiritual life, they must have spent time in the secret place. Sure. But we do not see the secret place, your effort in your labor. You don't see how many times they get shot at night. You don't see how many fastings they did, but you just see the results and what they have become after. So we are running after results without really understanding how much work and time it takes to become what that person was. So if we are able to be mentored properly and like with wisdom by the people that have gone before us, ndio tukue na realistic expectations. Mtu akwambie nilianza kuhustle at this age, and it is only up until this age ndio finally nili-learn from mistakes and what ndio nikakuwa able kujua how I can like thrive in a certain field. Then itakusaidia uone, by the way, si ati aliamka tu na akapata hapo hivyo. Like, it takes work, it takes effort, time. Ndio pia si to cultivate patience, because social media inakuonyesha to the results, not the work. But now if we are realistic enough, even the people that are before, so we're realistic enough to kuonyesha this is the way, not this is it. Then it will be easier for people to understand that you have to work for stuff. It takes time and you need to be patient. And then more than that, sio kufanya tu kitu tu mtu alifanya akasucceed pia unafanya. Kifanya kitu you're passionate about. So that even if it does not pay you immediately, you like bado kwa hiyo heart ya go after it because it's something you are passionate about. It's something that you know you can be effective at serving the world through. Yeah.
Guys, that's very, very beautiful. And maybe there are amazing organizations that are offering free counseling. You know, again, it is very, very, very important. As a society, we learn. I remember the first, when we started the topic of mental illness, the first Friday, as we based down the myths and misconception, we need as a church also, the church community also needs to start embracing mental illness and start talking about it. Because because most of us, like popularity in our continent of Africa, like 80% of people are Christian. And other Christians look at mental illness as, what do I call, like it's a spiritual attack. And I don't want to say it cannot be, but most of the time it is not. It's someone who just needs someone to talk to. That I think as a church we need to first stand and start having those conversations. Secondly, I also believe, as Coco has just said, it's also very important for us to not only listen, but also care for someone. You know, someone said communication is about you receiving our information, understanding an information, and then replying to information. Let us not just talk to people. Let us have communication. Let's communicate with people because it makes a total difference between the two. Me talking to you and talking with you or communicating with you, which means really I am understanding where you're coming from and also where I stand. And just for the young person at home who is peer pressure to be in a certain way or act in a certain way, what can you tell that person?
Honestly, background vitu ni different. I think that's the easiest way to say it because maybe you know what I know. Like background vitu ni different. Kuchase success ya mtu mwingine bila ku understand the work that goes into it, itakupatia stress because when you start chasing after it, you realize there's so much that you do not know about what that person is doing. Kuna information fulani ya kukupatia ingekuwa critical kukusaidia you get to where they got to. So, be patient and find what you are good at. To see what it is, just because I can maybe sing well and I can make money through singing does not mean everybody else can. Yes, whatever amazing, but maybe kuna mwenye haizi make money through it.
Yeah.
But you know, like maybe when you're good at software, you're good at walking dogs, like anything, but find
Why did you say walking dogs?
Because there are people who walk dogs and make good money on it, and they are so good with animals.
Oh.
I wish I could, but like me, siezi bembeleza watu. I love animals. I have many dogs, but like.
I know. Where do you walk the dog?
I can walk mine, but I see for other people. But I can try. If you have dogs you want to walk, we can try. We can try, but just tell your thing.
Guys, and I hope you have taken notes. You know a friend. You are the person who is suffering, and maybe you may be watching this. You are the parent who your son is suffering from mental illness. It's okay to take that son of yours to a counselor. And just walk with your son in that journey. Walk with your daughter in that journey. Help her understand how life is. Help her undergo overcome the mountain that she's facing. And it is not bad for her to say, you know what, I'm not okay. It is okay not to be okay. Guys, I know it has been short, but hope you get help. Our numbers will be scrolling down. You can also go, first of all, to our DM. Tell us if you want help. Just say, I want help. And we shall contact you with someone who will help you. Amazing counselors who are so good and so great in whatever they do. And before we finish, Coco, where can people get you?
You can find me at home, jokes. Instagram, Coco Langat with K-O-K-O Langat. YouTube, Chosen One Testimony. Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter?
Facebook, I have Facebook. But then on Facebook, it's Claire Langat. I think I'm not very sure.
So,
I don't use it.
So yeah, you can find her on Instagram as Coco with a K, Coco, K-O-K-O Langat. And please reach out to her DM. And also Chosen One Testimony. Follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube, subscribe, like, share. Because I believe conversations can be a spark, but it can create a huge fire. My name is Steve Kamau. Once again, thank you very much. May God bless you. May God be with you. Till next time, take care.